Welcome to this CTV tutorial on how to do a sports graphic. So what you can see here is I've opened Broadcast Spring 2022. I'm going to go to graphics, and in sports, I put this sports stage graphic template, and I'd open that. For the sake of time, I've already opened it. So that's what this looks like. This is exactly one frame of video. So we know it fits. If you were ever to create a graphic for the show, you'd want to make sure that you just pick film and video, and then you pick this 1920 by 1080. And I always change the resolution to 300 because if you use text in a 72 DPI, it can look jaggedy on the edge, which is called anti-alias. So anyway, here's our file. So let's take a look at it in layers. So here's the layers palette. So I've got some text here, which is the headline in the playoffs. Okay. I've got a graphic for the CTV sports. We've got this graphic, the graphic bar here. Okay. And the CTV sports update. So the only thing you're changing is you need to bring in an image and you're going to feather it. I'm going to show you how to do that. And you're going to change both whatever the sport is and whatever the headline is. So you're either beating the beat or you know what you're setting up for a feature that you're talking about, and you know put some sort of teaser in here that sets that up. Okay, so I'm going to go to File, Open, and just so you know, I am aiming you into a yearbook photos folder, of which you have to be wildly careful. You cannot jack up yearbook photos. So I'm going to go to Broadcast. I'm going to go to Yearbook 2122. In this case, I'm going to go to Winter Sports. I'm going to go to Girls Basketball. And I'm going to go to, I'm picking something random. Okay, there's nothing actually in that folder. Okay, so we've got some stuff from Golden One, of which I probably wouldn't use. I'd want to use something more modern. I'm going to go right up here to this View Extra Large Icons. And depending, let's say that my piece, you know, highlighted highlighted someone specific. So in this case, I want to use this picture. Now I probably wouldn't use this picture because her eyes are closed, etc. But if we focused on her, I this is an example. Okay, so I have my move tool. I'm going to click and hold with my left button. I'm going to drag this image and I'm going to rest it on the tab, okay, of the template. I'm still holding the left mouse button, drag down, still holding, and release. Okay, so now you can see I dropped a new layer in. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that down into place. So I'm going to drag that under the bar. Okay, so now you can see I've got all my text and graphics, right? Now I'm going to use Control plus T, which is free transform. And it looks like nothing happened because this image is huge. So the bounding box is actually outside of my view. So I have to use Control 0, which bounces me out. Okay, now I can just literally click and hold on these handles and scale. The new version of Photoshop um, automatically preserves your left, right, up, down, so you don't have to hold shift anymore. So I'm gonna get that filled in. So I'm thinking that I'm cutting all this off, right? So I'm thinking through like, where do I want this image? And I like how I like this right here, right? Looks good. It features her rule of thirds, her eyes on third, etc. So I'm going to double click. All right. So now the next thing I need to do is I'm going to take my rectangular selection box and I'm going to pull right into where I want that to fade. So we've been going about a third, maybe a little bit more. Um, so I'm just outside of that CTV um, graphic. And now I'm going to go up here to select and mask. I'm going to type in 55 for the feather. Click OK. And now I hit delete and I get that fade. All right. So then I would file, save as. I'd go to my computer and I would navigate to that show. So I'm broadcasting. This is show 4. And I'll put in here show for graphics and specifically show for sports. Double click, and this would be girls basketball. Save. And that's it. That is your sports graphic tutorial.